Now, I want to talk about one of those songs that was on the album, but it was originally first on Nick Earle's album. We're talking quite a bit about him already, and we're talking about him later as well, because you are a rhythm guitarist and sometimes lead guitarist with the Reckless Hearts. It's Downtown, and that ended up on your album, Let It Out, as well. It talks about your experiences playing downtown, and you mentioned some names like George Jones, Elvis Presley, Liza Minnelli, Tom Jones, and just talking about the experience of, playing downtown. So tell me a little bit about Downtown.
Yeah, so the song, I guess to give a little more backstory for the people who known, pretty well nothing about me. I grew up in a small town, Hants Harbor, Trinity Bay. Moved to St. John's, coming to St. John's from even though it's a small city, by almost any standard, coming from a real small town in Newfoundland, it's still a major jump to move into a city. I ended up eventually living downtown. I was immersed, I suppose, in a world or a universe that I didn't really fully understand until I lived it. Just the way that some of the people around me were living their lives, I guess. And I just, again, to go back to what I said earlier about how certain things affect me, like I guess specifically, like I was in I guess what you'd call a bit of a rough neighborhood, I suppose, without beating around the bush here. And I was watching a lot of people who, I guess living in subpar conditions, and there are a lot of sex workers around me, and I just observing this universe again. It's like we're living in the same space, but we're not really living in the same world somehow. And I just sat down, and I guess I poured out what I was feeling on paper somehow. And, obviously it gets edited into the song, today. But I was actually a little nervous about putting that song in. I don't know if I've really said that to anyone. I do tend to gravitate towards sometimes darker subjects, even though the thing about the song Downtown is I knew that the subject was heavy and the lyrics are a little dark for sure. But the lyrics are sung to a major key, which makes it feel uplifting, which contrasts the message of the song, I suppose. And I don't know, I feel like I'm maybe going on about this one a little bit, but it's like, yeah, this song is, for whatever reason, this one seems to connect with people. But I approach it the same way I do with any song. And the reason Nick recorded it was he heard me play it and he really liked it. This was really early on, which gave me confidence to be like, okay, maybe I'm kind of onto something here, So he released it, and I to me, that's the greatest compliment as a songwriter. Myself and Nick are really good friends. I respect him as a musician, as a person. So for him to take it and want to record it is the ultimate compliment as far as I'm concerned. Yeah.